Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Old World Paranormal Podcast. We are on episode 88. And Nick, I think we just figured out that episode 100 will take us into the new year.
Yes.
New year, new season, new guests. Boy, we've got them lined up. Nick's been doing the hard work and asking people to be on the podcast. And for some reason, they said yes.
Right.
I'm not quite sure why that is. But yeah, I tell you what, coming fresh off of the interview that unfortunately Nick had to miss because he was at work and he'll be regretting that forever. Last week, I had a wonderful hour spent with Barry Fitzgerald of Ghost Hunters International. What an awesome guy. We're going to have him back again for part 2 because there was just so much more to talk about and we had such a limited time, but that was awesome. And today I think is going to be awesome too, because we have somebody very special on with us today. She is a celebrity psychic medium, also the founder and CEO of Ghosted Magazine. If you haven't checked that out yet, please do head to Facebook, check that out. I'll have her talk about the website and everything too, so you can get your own copy. She was also featured on Travel Channel's The Holzer Files, which is a show I know we all miss very, very much. Hopefully something happens with that one day.
One of my favorites.
You know, that was a great show. I think a lot of the younger generation did not know who Hans Holzer was. And what he did for this community.
Them damn millennials and Gen Zs, let me tell you.
Damn kids.
Kids these days, I'll tell you.
Well, you gonna introduce her or what?
Well, I was waiting to.
We interrupted.
She had something to say.
It's a free-for-all here.
Yes, it is a free-for-all. But joining us today, April Busset. Did I get that right?
That's good.
It's good
enough.
No, that's good. That's fine.
You totally effed it up.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
call me April.
April. It's that psychic lady from Jersey.
Yeah.
There you go.
By the accent.
Well, hey, thank you very much for taking the time out to join us tonight. We are excited to have you on, and hopefully we got some pretty cool stuff we can talk about. What do you think, Nick?
Sure. Oh, I think we did.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you got a New Jersey girl.
We love to talk.
Love to talk. So yeah, I think we can just sit back and enjoy the show tonight. And April, thank you so much for taking time out. We got the VIP access tonight. She canceled her readings to come on the Old World Paranormal Podcast. So you better enjoy this episode or else.
I'll kill you.
She will send the
She'll send the Jersey squad out to get you.
Yes, the Jersey squad. The Sopranos after you.
Oh my God. My favorite show.
That is. You
asked me. I sound like Lorraine Bracco, Dr. Melfi from the show.
You do. No, you know what? You do. Yes. That is my all-time number one show.
No, I have to meet her just so
you have to
talk.
That would be awesome.
I know, right? Excuse me, I'm just getting finished being over a sickness. I don't know what I had. But
that's been the theme. I've had one for like 5 weeks and go to the doctor and they're like, we don't know.
Yeah, I was out of work for an entire week, so I know the feeling.
I was shot this week. I just came off from New Jersey Power Unity here in New Jersey. Woo! It was awesome. But you can imagine I did readings from when did we open? 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. 2 days.
Damn.
I only got up to go to the bathroom. So I did readings nonstop and people were yelling at me. I'm on the list.
So let's just, I don't know. Let's just go back to the beginning. When did you, at one point in your life, understand that what gift you had, and then you decided to, kind of pay it forward and do readings for people and do cases and stuff like that?
Well, the fun stuff. Well, this actually started when I was 4. we had moved to a little town in New Jersey. I moved out of Hoboken, New Jersey for my family, and we moved into this new house. And one night I woke up and my dad was at the foot of the bed, and I started yelling for my mom, Mom, Daddy's here, Daddy's here. And the whole family comes running out, and my dad was dead for 2 years. He had died 2 years prior. So after that, I know. So everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy or I'm just imagining, but I'm a kid. I'm only like 4.
Right.
As I start getting older, there's others in this house, and they're not nice. And they're starting, my family starts feeling too, we're getting grabbed, we're getting pushed, but I could see them.
Right.
Oh, the man with the hat? Well, I encountered him. He was one of the first. He would walk. I had to sleep in my brother's room because it was the only safe place in the house. He would
That was
walk,
the only room in the house though where you didn't get
and he
spiritual
would not.
encounters?
No, not the whole house. The whole
Just
entire house, except for this room. I had to sleep in here for some reason. I would always hear him walking near the footsteps coming to the door, and I could see him in my head, like how I see things now. I see him in my head. He's this tall, thin guy, and I could hear his breathing, and I know he loved that. I was so scared, but he can never go past the threshold of this door. He can never come in this room. So I still haven't figured that out. I didn't realize till years later. I'm like, that's so funny. He never came into the room. Nothing ever happened in that room, but outside the room, yeah. But I started seeing other spirits around there. They started grabbing me. I was getting welts on my body, getting pushed down the stairs, pushed off the chair. My family you could feel the eeriness in the house, the heaviness, but a couple of them were grabbed, but nobody saw what I saw.
Right.
So it was pretty creepy. But one time I fell asleep in my parents' room, and I'd woken up because you feel like somebody's staring at you.
Yeah.
And I opened my eyes, and there's this man standing in front of me in a bomber jacket, like a war jacket. And he, it was like his legs, like past the knees, had disappeared, but I could see him clearly, but see through him at the same time. And I kept closing my eyes. And I would open him, he's still there. Close my eyes, and he's still there. And as soon as he disappeared, I ran down. I'm like, Mom, there's a man in a bomber jacket in your room. And it turns out that was my stepdad's brother that died in the war. But the whole thing that was funny, I didn't feel threatened by him. I think he was there to protect me, but not a fun way to like come see me like that. So
right. Well, 4 years old, and anything like that.
I'm getting older now. I'm going into my teens. So I'm starting to know things. I remember being in first grade, and the teacher, before she would finish writing on the board, I would blurt out the answer. So they thought I was special, like, they wanted me to skip a grade. And I'm like, I'm not smart, especially in math. It was math, or, just a sentence she would write out. And it just turned out I was getting the answers. I don't know, I was just discussing this with my partner today. I said, I know a lot of people say they have guides that help them. I don't. I just know. And I always call it downloads. The information would come to me. But I do have one guide. This is a funny story. This is probably over 25 years ago. I think I don't know if I was married. Yeah, I was married. So it's about 25 years ago. And I told my husband, I said, there's a big woman following me. I said, not fat. I mean, like tall. She's like 7 feet tall. I don't know what she wants. I kept saying to him. So I remember one day, and she didn't talk to me, nothing, but I could feel her. And one day I'm driving to work, and I feel this big hand on my right leg on the gas pedal, and I said, oh, I knew what she meant, to take my foot off the gas. And as I did that, a car came out. If I was at that same speed, I would have been T-boned.
Wow.
So that's the only time like she's been active. I know if I'm like in danger or something bad, I could feel her. But I actually went into a meditation and met her. I was doing this with Lisa Williams, and I was able to meet her. She was actually beautiful, tall, blonde, like 7 feet tall. And she told me, I asked her name and she said it was Delvey. Now, this is funny. Now, of course, I'm friends with other mediums. I go to meet one of my friends that's a medium and I walk in and she leans over. She goes, April. I said, what? She goes, you know, there's a 7-foot woman behind you. I said, oh my God, you can see her. And I said, what name do you get? She said, Delphi. I said, Delvey. That's her name. I said, all right, good. I'm not crazy. You know, even though I do this, you know, I second guess myself at times. So, but she's just a protector, but she doesn't tell me anything. She doesn't give me information. But I'm telling you, it's just like downloads. I just get information. I know things that are going to happen. So it's a little crazy. And my husband also, you know, he's a big supporter of mine, but he pushes me. And I always tell people, you should thank my husband, because I'll get done with a reading and I'll go tell him. And he's like, you could have asked more questions, you know. So if I did it, so, like Kim Russo does. Kim Russo constantly asks questions. I try not to be pushy, but I should just ask these people questions, you know. But one day he had said to me, he goes, listen, you should start doing world events. And I said, oh, hell no. I said, that's open up a can of worms. People will attack me. I don't want to know anything. I want to keep doing what I do, working on my cases, doing my readings. Well, anyway, so I wake up. I'm sitting here. This is my office. And I said, all right, guys, what do you got for me? So I hear active shooter. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they show me my daughter. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm freaking out. I'm imagining this. Of course, as a normal human being, this is the first thing I'm imagining this, but I heard she'll be far away. So I'm so upset by this. I said, all right, I'm not going to think about this. I imagine this. This is my imagination playing games with me. Well, 9 o'clock that night, my daughter calls me and she said, Mom, there's an active shooter. She goes, but I'm far away, just like they told me. I fell to my knees.
Holy shit.
So I hang up the phone with her. She's coming home. She's gone. The police let everyone out. I hang up the phone. I look at my husband. I said, you mother effer. Don't you me again. Because you know what? You really don't get a time frame.
Yeah.
You know, you really don't, you know. So I'll never do that again. So that was horrible. Even though people say, oh, you know, you're going to know things. No, you don't get all the information. It's in broken pieces.
Right.
I tell you, I'm playing charades with spirit all day. They're giving me images and I'm trying to figure it out. Because I'll say to people, I'm like, you know, what's with the flower tattoo? You know, they're talking about flower tattoo. Oh my God, we all just got flower tattoos with, you know, their name, you know. So I have to try and piece this together, you know, along with them. It doesn't, it's not clear cut. There's not sentences. Sometimes, I was doing a reading for the right before I went on for this reading. I was meditating because when I do my medium readings, I like to meditate before going on so I can connect with the people before coming on, not trying to get them while I'm there with them. So I connect with this woman's husband, and I could tell this guy in life was a little bit of an asshole, like, you know. You know,
Right.
he's even telling me, he's like, he goes, if you would have met me, you would have thought I was an asshole. He had like dry sense of humor and he was a real ball buster. And I know he wasn't lovey-dovey like that. So he tells me, I want you to tell her I love her to the moon and back. And I'm saying to him, I said, she's not going to believe this. He said, you know, and he said, just say it. So we go on, we're talking. I said, listen, your husband, I said, I know he wasn't the lovey-dovey type. She said, not at all. She said, April, you would have hated him. I said, that's what he told me. Because I wouldn't have got a sense of humor. He's very, you know, very dry. I said, but he wants me to tell you that he said, he's adamant that he loves you to the moon and back. And I know he wouldn't say, I love you. It's like ghosts. He would say ditto. Well, she starts crying. She pulls off this picture off the wall. She said, I just put this picture up today for him. And on it said, I love you to the moon and back.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, they know what they're talking about. So it's nice that it's very comforting for the people to hear some of these things. But I also, because some people will contact me, hey, listen, do you know where the will is? I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Which I'm going to go into another story because this is funny. I always say they're not going to tell you where the money's buried. They really just talk about shared memories, like things you wouldn't know. Oh wait, I just posted. This is one of my favorite readings. This poor girl came to me. Her fiance just passed. They were going to get married and everything. So I'm reading her night, and it was her birthday. And I said to her, I said, your fiance is saying, did you? She's talking about the roses and the locket with the picture of him in it. And she's looking at him. She goes, he never gave that to me. And I said, oh, all right. Well, I suck. No. So anyway, she goes to mom's house. She gets there. The mother presents her with red roses and a locket with a picture of her deceased fiance's picture. And she said, this is from Michael. She calls me, she sends me the picture of it. And I said, oh my God, how beautiful. It's like how they work that way.
Mm.
So it's nice. It's really nice doing these readings. And it's not always like, dealing with deceased. I do a lot of like businesses, some health things. I am not a doctor. Somebody approached me with this over the weekend. You can't say you're a medical meaning. I said, listen, I'm not a doctor. And I tell people to go to a doctor, but I'll pick up stuff. Like I did a live read. When I do my live readings, I told this when I'm talking to her, we were talking about her husband. I saw that he had cancer, which they knew he had cancer.
Right.
And I said, listen, I said, I want you to go to the doctor. I said, because I see an issue with your pancreas. She went to the doctor. She had, a shadow on it. So, but I said, listen, you're going to be fine. They'll be able to take care of it, but you need to go now. So there was an issue with her pancreas, and they got it in time.
So I got to ask you, so about the medical thing, and there's like a stigma with mediums and with us normal people. Would you ever walk up to somebody and just dry read them?
No.
Okay.
I don't walk up to anybody.
So we're
No.
at an event. Okay. So it was a Paracon out in
Gypsies do that.
Western Illinois. And of course it's the ghost hunt at night, blah blah blah. And we weren't gonna go. Then we decided to go last minute. So we're walking around doing our thing, and there's this guy and he keeps walking around. I mean, this guy is like, we even commented, it's like, man, that guy is weird. Something off about him.
Yeah.
And we come walk around the corner and he walks up to us and he's like, I got something to say to you guys. Now there's three of us. Okay. And he just starts dry reading us. Now I'm live on TikTok. Somebody else is live on their TikTok. Somebody's live on Facebook. And I said, okay, this ought to be interesting. So I just kept it on there. And I'm like, this dude goes on for like 40 minutes. And everything he said, I'm like, this motherfucker. Like he is just nailing shit nobody
That's
knows.
great. I won't go up to anyone.
But then he looks at me and he goes, he keeps pointing at his chest. He's like, lung issues, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And I shit you not. 2 days later, when I get home, I started getting sick.
Yeah.
And I've been sick dealing with it ever since. Like trying to get, like the mucus stuff out. Like I went in there, like, we got bronchitis.
Like, because I know I had somebody come up to me at a mall one time saying, let me read you. And she was totally off. Like, and this is usually gypsies do this. She's like, you're having issues with your love life. And which mostly people are having, listen, happily married for 25 years. So, and she's like, there's a J around you. Everyone's going to have a J around them. Everyone's gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I get that. But he might have been good. I just don't like doing that. I would never go up to people. You don't do that. There's nothing dire that I need to tell anybody unless they come to me and ask me. That's the only way I'm doing that. But I'm telling you, I tune out. I don't go around looking for people. I have to actually put the intention, like when I sit here to do a reading, I put my intention to read this person, connect with their energy. But when I'm out, I'm just having fun, unless I sit down in my
right.
yeah. But But that's cool. That's cool. I don't think it's right to do to people because
Oh, it was absolutely a wrong thing to do.
yeah, because I know I'll tell you, and I'm not going to say who it was. It was somebody, well known. This poor girl went to this person and was saying like, I'm having an operation. And I know it was a minor operation, maybe having a mole removed, something like that. This person proceeded to say, "You're gonna die."
Oh, Jesus.
I swear to God. This girl came crying to me and I said, "Hun, I promise you, you're not gonna die." I'm like, "Who told you this?" And when she told me, I said, "Oh my God," I'm like, "No, you're fine." The girl did not die. She's fine. She's alive and well, but I'm like, I don't that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
just it's
Yeah.
it's rude. It
Yeah.
is, I
We
mean,
don't know when people die. We can warn, like, like like I'll see, like, hey, listen, you got an issue with your tire, and like, some will have blowout, but they're gonna be fine. But we're not privy to this information of death unless it's somebody older, like, it's but when it's their time and they're sick and everything, of course, you can kind of pinpoint when it's gonna happen. But other than that, we're not God, you know.
right. I was interested in, I'm interested in the whole psychic medium things
Yeah.
and shamanism and
I'm
uh
actually
are you?
yeah,
Yeah.
I belong to a tribe.
Um, and I'm fascinated with the whole Reiki stuff. I've had different levels of Reiki healing sessions done,
I'm iffy with the Reiki. Everyone's a Reiki master now.
well,
It's not
to me,
sacred.
okay, I'll be completely like my sister is one, but my sister is very gifted.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, there are very gifted ones out there, but it's not sacred anymore. Like the sacredness of all this, it's not anymore. Everyone, I just saw somebody doing a podcast and all of a sudden they're clairvoyant. I'm like, I know this person. I'm I'm like, when the hell did this happen? Because let me tell you something. Either you are or you're not. And
Right.
even if you study, which we all can do, it takes years to master it. Because
Well,
yeah,
I had one, and she does it over like through Messenger. So I was kind of like, whatever. This kind of seems kind of sketch, but whatever. But it was like 45 minutes before my scheduled reading.
yeah,
Okay. And I mean, of course, you got a 50-50 shot on this, but
mhm,
I had a really bad day. Just got some bad news. I was pissed off 3 sheets to the wind at this point.
yeah.
I'm trying to calm myself down, and I get a
Like,
message
on
from
3 sheets or just piss 3 sheets?
her.
Both.
Both. But she texts me. She's like, "I'm trying to tap into you. Your energy is just like fucking chaotic right now. Will you calm
Yeah,
down?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?
yeah,
The fuck is this shit?" Now, granted, you got a 50-50 shot. You sending that to me,
yeah,
but it was. I mean, her reading was good. It was pretty spot on. It was a lot of could happen at this time, could happen at that time. Blah blah blah. Which I understand. It's not like you're going to get a PDF downloaded in your head and you're going to get a step-by-step guide of what's going to happen
no,
in the
yeah, it
next
doesn't
6
work.
months. That's
I will tell you, I'm going to tell you something. There's something like you're going to get some type of really good news, and it's kind of how can I say, um, notoriety to it.
who, me?
One of you guys, I think
That's
it might be the show. I don't know, some type of notoriety, maybe like to film something, or I'm not saying TV, but some type of notoriety is around you.
got to
So
be Sean. He's the wiener man.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see. There's some type of so either you're gonna, featured in something. I don't know. Not the
That's
magazine either. No, not saying you wouldn't, but I'm just saying not that. But I'm just saying just sometimes I see more like filming something with
right.
somebody, that's notable.
You're not the first person that said that. It hasn't happened yet, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. I'm not,
Around February. Around February.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not,
we don't actively seek that stuff out. You know, if it
I'm
finds
not
us,
saying
it
you do.
finds us.
It'll find you. You know, like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
I didn't call Travel Channel. They called me. I don't even know how they got my number. So,
Right.
right. But I want to go back to the beginning of the conversation real quick before we move on to some other topics real quick, April.
okay.
So you said this started at 4. Did anything traumatic happen to you at 4, or is this just like your first recollection of?
Well, the trauma is my father dying. I think that's a trauma, but I was very sick as a child.
Okay.
Very sick. I also was born cross-eyed, but I had my eye fixed. But I had a lot of illnesses. I had a lot of problems with my kidney, which I
Okay.
didn't get fixed. They didn't find out what was wrong with me until I was 32, which when they found out, they said I had 6 months or else I would have lost my kidney. So I was sick all that's the toxins were just building up in my body, backing up into everything. So I was sick all the time. Imagine like just like not knowing what's wrong with you. And I can't tell you how many doctors like throughout my whole life going to, and they can never find out what was wrong with me. And this one doctor I walked in knew right away what was wrong with me. It was something so simple. You know, it was divine intervention, because if I didn't go to this guy, I would have lost my kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but anyway, so it was sickly, but nothing really traumatic, except for losing my dad at 2. That might have
Well,
sparked him coming to see me.
I know
I haven't seen him
there's a
since,
lot of mediums
FYI.
out there. There's a lot of mediums out there. I'm not gonna lie, April. I think 90% of them are full of shit.
Yeah, so do I.
But it seems like the ones that you meet that like blow your mind, like there's no doubt in your mind. You ask them at some point in their life, something life altering happened, and it like opened up their gift.
Yeah.
I was asking if something happened to you, were like around the age of 4, that kind of shifted things. I know it's kind of hard to like recollect that young of an age. A lot of people struggle with that,
Yeah.
so I was just curious.
No, I know, because I've seen that, which is true. I think it sparks something in the brain, because and I will tell you, I am a big skeptic too, even though I do this, but I try to scientifically try to figure out how I do this. I was actually talking about this today, and I have taught this in classes. It's that I've noticed that probably 99% of psychic mediums will have some type of artistic ability, music, drawing, painting, whatever. But that's because that's working with your right brain. Also, the right side of your brain is the psychic side.
Right.
So you see Tyler Henry, how he scribbles. I do the same thing. What that does, because the left side's the logical side. When I do that, it keeps the logical side busy while I work with just the right side of my brain. So I like that. That's scientifically proven, and I like the science behind it. I don't want some just hokey bullshit. I hate hokey bullshit. I don't walk around with crystals in my bra. I don't do hokey shit.
Here's a fucking amethyst.
Yeah.
Here's some quartz.
Although I get there's some like I love selenite. I think I just when I remember first picking up selenite, I can feel the energy from this, and this cleanses everything. So I always keep these on my tarot cards, and that's really all I work with, But meditation is key too. That's key, but I don't do yoga or anything like that. I curse, I drink, I smoke. I'm not spiritual.
I think a lot of people when they say well I have gifts. They might be more intuitive than others. Most people, I mean, they can crack into, the gut feeling, the intuitiveness. Most people, we're all empaths. We feel energy. Some are more.
I hate that word, empath. We're all empaths. You know what an empath is? It's just feelings. Today Nick is sad.
All right.
Maybe it's better to say that we're all empathic.
Yeah, empathic, or
Yes.
because I always see people using that word empath, and I always say empath doesn't mean you're psychic. It just means you're human. We're all empathic. Except
in Nick's case, that's debatable whether or not he's actually human.
I don't have no fucking feelings.
I mean, look at the
guy. Well, what I'm getting at is
he likes the truth. He likes the truth.
I don't think you can go and pay somebody to take classes and become a psychic medium.
You know, I always, I understand what you're saying, because I see too many people, I like, come out, I trained with so-and-so. Okay, you did a class.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's more than that. It's years of conditioning your body. The meditation is key, but not listening to guided meditations. Meditation is where I can sit in the middle of New York City and drown out the noise.
Yeah.
And that's true meditation. It's hard because, like, even I have a hard time because I like to shop. So I start shopping in my head. I got my Amazon list. I'm
Well,
like,
it's just hard for me to turn my damn brain off.
that's everybody. But if
That's
you
the
can
problem.
just stop and just relax and sit up so you don't fall asleep. I trained in all different types of meditation that were really helpful. But the number one best one was just quieting my mind.
Yeah.
And that was the key, because when I quiet my mind, I can hear what's being said from these spirits. It's crazy. And it's not always talking, but it's like, you hear, you see, hear, feel, it's everything rolled up into one.
Right.
Everything connected, seeing, talking, everything. It's telekinesis. It's crazy. But but I've had crazy where I was doing a reading. I gotta tell you, one time I was doing a reading, and I always say the newbies do this, the newly departed, and they are loud and they're very excited. But I'm reading this woman, and I swear this guy like popped in the screen in a suit, gray hair, and he's like, George, like that. He goes, so I said to the lady, I'm like, George, and she goes, what'd you just say? I said, George. I said, who's George? And she goes, my father-in-law, he just died last night. I said, he says hi.
Oh shit. That's funny.
They get so excited when they first pass away. I've noticed my tenant passed away and woke me up in the middle of the night. Woke up screaming in my ear, and I couldn't make out who it was. It was the most frightening thing I've ever went through. Now, mind you, she woke me up out of my sleep at 1:30 in the morning. Now I'm up, all the lights are on, the TV's on. I go outside, have a cigarette, and I'm sitting up, and she does it again. I'm wide awake. I'm like, I'm scared now. And I'm like, I know the voice, but I can't place it. I said all night waiting for my husband to wake up. And he's like, what's wrong? I said, some woman woke me up and she's screaming and I can't make out what she's saying. She's like, ah. So I'm like, I know the voice. Turns out my tenant, she had operation on her vocal cord. So when she said, and I'm like, Josephine, slow down. I can't understand what you're saying. So I always used to go up and check on her because she didn't have any family. I go up there, I can't find her. She doesn't leave the house. We did all the food shopping for her. I can't find her. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm looking in all the rooms, the second bedroom. I come back. I said, let me go back into her bedroom. I walk in there. She's like under the bed, like, hanging out. Like she must have fallen. She had, the coroner said, like, she lost the oxygen. So she must have been panicking, like, and thrashing around, like having a heart attack. So,
Gotcha.
but when I first met her and she came to the apartment, I saw all this. I said to my husband after she left, I said, I'm going to find her dead. I said, it's going to traumatize. I am so afraid of dead bodies. Let me tell you. I know you can laugh. I hate funerals. I don't like going. I cannot see a dead body. It just freaks me out. But yeah, so it's crazy. My neighbor across the street died. She woke me up in the middle of the night. All of a sudden I woke up because I felt like somebody was walking in my house. So I said, somebody's in my house. I know I could see them walking, but I can't see them, but I could feel them. So I sit up and I feel the bed go down next to me, and I turn to the left and I hear, hey, and that's what she say to me. I said, hey, get the F out of my house. Like right now, get out. I'm not doing, so that's it. I said, no more. Nobody's allowed in my house. Nobody's allowed to wake me up unless it's an emergency. That is not an emergency. I'll find out tomorrow morning from the neighbors,
Okay, so both cases, did they, when they visited, they obviously knew that they were dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So there was no mix up, like understanding, like,
No, I just think she wanted me to know. I loved my neighbor across the street. Her name was Lillian. I loved her. So, that was heartbreaking, but I also scared the hell out of me because I could feel her in the house. I couldn't see her, but I could feel her. And I'm like, somebody is in my house walking towards me. And I'm trying to look at, you know what it's like, when somebody's coming at me and you can't see them? It's
I
creepy.
know me, no.
Yeah. And then the bed goes down and then you hear somebody go, hey. And she's like, because I see in the morning, she's like, hey. And I'm like, hey, she's cute old lady.
Mm.
But yeah, so that freaked me out. I said, no more, nobody's allowed to visit me. I am done. Because I used to say, people said, shut it, like tell people, you gotta set boundaries. No, what if it's an emergency? You know what? F that. Nobody's waking me up anymore. That scared the
Yeah,
shit.
they can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. I'll find out from the neighbors. No,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you kind of touched on what I wanted to follow into next. You said something about people like medium wise. A lot of them are artistic, okay,
Yeah.
in that aspect. So we talk about this a lot with because we're big advocates for mental health. And I talk a lot about to people that I don't think if somebody's going through a lot of traumatic stuff or PTSD or depression and stuff like that, I don't think they should dabble in the paranormal until they're young
Absolutely not.
because they are very apt to get
Acceptable
something
to be attacked.
correct. Correct.
Tell everyone that. Do not go do if you have a fight with your husband, wife, girlfriend, whatever, your children, do not go out because now your barrier is down. Now
Yeah.
you are weak. I had to go to a case this week, but I wasn't feeling great. So I told the woman I can't, I can't protect myself. But yes, mental and I'm starting to find a lot of this is a lot in this field, it's kind of I think it's giving them self-importance and feeling good for that while it's like a drug, like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
people self-medicate,
Hmm.
it makes it feel good for a while, but then they have the breakdowns. Like I don't think they're good to be around, especially very haunted locations because you're
Right.
open for attack, I don't so much believe in the attachment so much. It is so rare. And when people tell me this, I kind of roll my eyes half the times, because
I think it's a loose term,
yeah,
attachment. When we talk about all the time,
it's
it's
in your
like,
head.
you might have spirits around you.
Hmm.
One day you might have one, next day you might have three. They're coming to check, see it, how your life is, or this, that. The next thing they're gone.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, an actual attachment it's next level.
Mm.
You know, you have like possession, semi possession, then attachment,
I dealt with two possessions.
and all three of those are very bad
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, spiritually, all three are horrible for you. You know, um, I
Can
I
I
don't
tell
know.
you something? You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah,
Uh, one of the cases I'm working on. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes you have to go back. And I tell the people all the time, I might have to come back a few times. I said, and I'm not guaranteeing they're going to go because depending on what I find. And to this one case that I was doing, I was at the house. This is a little crazy because it still freaks me out because I got to go back Sunday. And we actually took items out of her house. I'm not big on haunted objects, but I feel the items that were there, they're not good. And I think they brought in something. And I think it affected her husband, who's now deceased, which is still in the house. And he
gotcha.
wants
Okay, I'm
her to
following.
kill herself. And he said
Of
this
course.
before he died. No, he was ill. I think he was overtaken. Now my partner Danger, Mike Castro, went to pick up the items. I said, I can't have these around me. I am so grateful for him. But we're bringing them somewhere very special this Saturday. Somebody very well known in the field, and we'll let you know later on. let everyone know about it. But it's
Find it
pretty,
out on social media.
Gee,
yeah.
haunted objects and taking it to somebody that kind of narrows it down.
Yeah. Well, wait. So anyway, so now I'm at this house, right? And I'm in the room where this man stayed while he was sick. And it used to be the daughter's room, who's now grown. And, she has a very high position in life, very normal, well-to-do family.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm going to tell you something that might scare you, but when your husband was here while he was sick, I see this black thing, like a human body with black wings, like, and crouched over, like kneeling on his chest.
Mhm.
And the wings are up, and I don't know what it's trying to do, but it's like almost threatening him. And so when I'm describing this thing, I hear the daughter go, say my name. She's like, April. And then look at it, and she goes, I used to see that when I was a little kid. And I'm like, oh my God, this thing has been here that long.
It finally got him.
Yeah. And now it wants her, not the daughter, but the mother. So we're running a little test to see if we take these items out. I don't think it's gonna work. I do think there's something with these items though.
Yeah.
But I think this thing is still in the house along with the husband. So it's gonna be easy to get rid of the husband. I don't know about him.
Right.
Because it's not human. And I've dealt with
Correct.
it before. Listen, we have free will. I've done cases where if they don't want to leave, they don't want to leave. You have to kind of reason with them, as far as this thing, the non-human things, I've dealt with these before. They're hard. They'll go dormant. They might disappear for a while, but they'll come back. Time doesn't mean anything to them.
Yeah, it doesn't exist on their realm.
Yeah, exactly. Even for us when we cross over.
Right.
It's the same
Right.
thing. But I don't like this thing, and it's after her now. So I mean, I rather she move, because I think it'll stay on the property, because I've seen it on the property. So it kind of scares me. So doing these cleansings or going to these homes, it's not always going to work. There's no guarantee in this. And I hate when I hear people saying, this
April,
house.
I need you to repeat that for everybody at home in the back row. Listen to what she just said.
Yeah. And if you are not skilled in this, do not do this. And especially if you're not a shaman. Now, you can read books on shamanism, but there's a whole,
Yep.
can't tell you it's sacred. I got in trouble once for trying to explain it, but there's a difference between, it's like being inducted into a tribe. Holy crap. Now, I don't like hokey stuff. When I tell you what happened to me, it's nothing bad. It was beautiful. But it freaked me out. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't believe this when they were telling me this was going to happen. And it happened, So it's different. You can read book on shamanism all you want.
Yeah, same as mediumship.
Yeah, but let
Sorry.
me tell you, to actually go through the process of it is beautiful, and it's crazy. Shamanism, we deal with the darker energies, we combat it, a big shout out to all the shamans out there that belong to tribes. They are working behind the scenes against bad things.
A very good friend of mine. He's a
Yeah.
he's a very, very good shot. He's the reason why I'm even in the paranormal.
Yeah.
He came and helped me
Yeah.
when I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Because we deal with this. It's funny. I had we were taking a class on frequencies. I love frequencies. And it's funny, in the class, everyone, like, we were talking about which frequency that we like the best, and I'm like, I like the brown one. Everyone hated it. And the teacher, which was our chief, explained the reason why April likes the brown noise is because she deals with the darker, because I do go into homes doing investigations, so I'm dealing with the lower energies, so I'm used to that sound. It doesn't bother me, and I do kind of like it. I know it sounds crazy. I do like the darker places.
I was talking to a woman in mid-Michigan about that.
Yeah.
and dealing with lower frequencies and entities and spirits and lower frequencies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had a long talk about that.
Yeah, it's because you're used to it. But you know what? I grew up in that environment. So growing up in this environment and how much it scared me, that's why I wanted to help others. Like, no, all right. So now, like, when I'm younger, now I'm growing up and I start doing readings. I went to a psychic, right? I go to a psychic and she goes to me, she goes, you can do this. She goes, you're a psychic medium too. She goes, I'm gonna give you cards. So she gave me tarot cards. I never knew how to read tarot cards. To say I still
Right.
don't. Now I just throw my except the cards that she gave me were scary looking. I hated them. So I got rid. They were so scary. I'm like, I hated touching them, but the ones I got now, like, but I tell you, the whole goal of the tarot cards is not to know the meanings. You have to feel it psychically, feel the card, what it means. Because you can get the justice card, and we all, justice, it's self-explanatory. One time I was doing a reading, the justice card came out, and I actually, this is going to sound so crazy to people, but a police officer like popped out of it, and he had just passed, and I remember him saying his name was, I think it was like Jason or something like that. So I said, "Did you have a police officer, Jason, that just passed?" And it was the girl's brother. But it's weird. It's weird. Once you get in touch with your tarot cards,
Right.
it really works in different ways, like how you're going to see things. It's crazy. But instead of reading the meanings behind it, maybe just a tiny bit, knowing a little bit about it, the suits and everything, we all know, like, cups is, emotion and everything like that. But once you psychically connect to it, it becomes an extension of you, give you information instead of reading about it. Because I've seen people do readings and like they would hold the Ace of Pentacles. This means finances. Nobody wants, somebody can just do that at home and read the book, It tells a story, it should flow.
Finances. Okay. Am I in trouble?
Yeah.
Am I hitting the lottery? Can you give me a little bit of insight in this here, please?
Did you wait? Who went through a bad breakup?
Oh, that would definitely be me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you ready to get engaged or?
Oh, I don't know if it was like that.
All right.
Well, I mean, it was all over social media.
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I swear to God, please, I'm a horrible person,
It's
but
all
I
right.
supposed to, I gotta do. I'm busy. I'm doing readings all day long.
Well,
Listen, I gotta pay tuition for my daughter, right? She's
no, I mean, the Bell Mansion here in Fort Wayne, Angie and I had opened it and started it. Then April,
I had no idea. I had no
yeah,
idea.
we split. Now, obviously I got the short end of the stick and my group got the boot. But so yeah, that's me. Sean's still married. Now, she hates him, but they're still married.
No, she doesn't.
No.
That I know of.
You're a tough guy, Nick. You're very emotional, you know what I'm saying? You take everything to heart, You're a deep person, but
I'm
you
Italian, so
I'm Italian too. I'm Sicilian.
yeah.
I'll gut you. No,
Yeah, no, I'm not Sicilian, so
no, but you run with your emotions, so it's very deep and the deep scars like this, we all have our trauma, you have deep issues, which you probably have issues with your stomach, I bet.
yeah.
Especially an investigation.
I'll let everybody know. I share in that
He's a mad
aspect.
Cooper. No, but it's like you carry everything here. Everything's
Yeah.
here. It's like the agita building up, building up. It's like until you explode. Literally.
Boy, she's got you pegged.
She nailed me already. Yeah. Yeah.
But it doesn't make you big. It's just passionate. It's just sometimes you feel like you're being screwed over. You always have that feeling, and it's almost like you're sensing you're being screwed over, and you don't like that, and it hurts, and you're like a little boy, you lash out. So that's okay. That's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person. You're just passionate about it. Um, well, it's have issues around your leg too? Who had issues around their leg?
I've had my ACL replaced
What is that in the leg?
in the knee.
Okay, is it shattered? All right, wait. Is there more fractures?
Oh, it's still messed up.
Yeah, can I tell you something? I keep seeing more fractures throughout your leg. So you're gonna
Wonderful.
so they're like the hairline fractures.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so just be careful with that, because you tend to the leg kind of goes fucked up, like a twist almost. You'll be walking, all of a sudden it's like it goes, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
just be careful with that. Just be careful. You gotta be careful too around the knee because not scar tissue, but calcium buildup, I guess it is, the bone buildup. Be careful. You really should start working that a little more because it's gonna start tightening up on you.
A little more. You mean at
How
all?
about just start?
No, I'm not saying even working out, but just your knee, just keep I guess up and down. I don't know, whatever they do, going.
I've been in the flooring business for 25 years.
Oh, so you're probably on your knees a lot.
Yeah, I've crawled more on my knees than people have walked. So,
I was gonna make a dirty joke, but I'm gonna shut up.
yeah, go ahead and say it. I'll make a living on my knees. All right, there we go.
Hey, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do to make money. You know what? This economy sucks right now. But what else do we want to get to? So oh wait, what else I want to tell you? I just got I swear to God, I was telling you earlier about that place. I went to New Egypt.
Mhm.
If you ever come to New Jersey, you have to go to this place. I gotta tell you, this is my new favorite place. My new favorite place. And you know what I love about it? There's no information about it. You will not find
That's the best. That's the best right
but
there.
I mean, maybe the history of it, but the history doesn't even mean anything.
It's a blank slate. That's amazing.
What is in there? And it's it freaked me out. And something crazy happened. I wasn't there, but something crazy happened this weekend. And it's funny because I was telling you earlier because I was talking to Danger about this place, and he came to my house to drop off the magazines, and I was picking up. I do remote viewing, so I was telling him what I was seeing. He's like, "Yeah, that's there," and oh, I'm losing my train of thought. So anyway, so we're in the basement of this place, and I was describing what I was seeing down there with this person, and I was even making the faces, and I'm like, they got the hook nose, the bald head is, old man and hunchback. He pulls out his phone and he shows me a picture of this guy hidden behind this barrel, and it's the face. But I said, wait, look. He didn't see this. I said, it's the hunchback, because I kept seeing this guy hunched over. It's crazy. But there's more to it. But the reason this information doesn't go out. Very few people get to go here. They select who can go into this place, and so you can find out for yourself, because people preconceived notions go into place. You hear about.
Oh
yeah, so that's not good, because right away you're going in there, oh my God, I'm gonna be touched, So
well, it's not always bad when you're touched.
no, yeah, I've had it. But this place, yeah, you don't want to be touched here.
Yeah.
Let's just say it leaves a wound. So
On your soul or your flesh?
Your flesh.
Flesh. Okay.
It is great. It's so unassuming, this place. It is so unassuming. Even when
So is this like the KFC down the street, or?
No, it was somebody's house. It's like a museum. It's very small, very small, very unassuming, very nice. It's sweet looking. Even the area is beautiful.
Wouldn't be ran by a younger male and female, would it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually, wait. No, I told you it's called the New Egypt Historical Society.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's in New Egypt, New Jersey, and a very affluent, beautiful area. You would never think, even, I'm telling you, I do remote viewing, and the stuff I was picking up, even when I got there, I'm like, it's so odd. I'm not picking up anything. this is a quaint little place. I walk in, oh, it's so cute, it's quaint, until, I was brought into the room. And as soon as I walked in, I went, and I knew what had happened here. And I said it, and it's like, yes. And what I described, they got on film and on video. So yeah, but it's
Wow.
not online. Nobody has seen the evidence. They don't show the evidence to anyone because they want the people, to come back and experience it on their own without knowing what happened there. So I still don't know anything here, but just what I picked up. But it's crazy what has happened to almost everyone there. But it's different levels. It goes from bad, worse, and horrible. Like it's like
Yes.
complete horror.
I want to check this place out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wait, can I just talk a little bit about the magazine too?
Yeah, we're leading into it. So you mentioned the Ghosted
Leading into-
magazine.
Yeah. So
And so tell us
yeah,
all about it.
I am so excited. I actually had this idea for like almost 2 years. I remember even telling my agent, I'm like, I had this idea for this magazine I want to do, on the paranormal, but I want I want obscurity with it, like obscure places. I want to feature teams that not everyone knows about. I want it for everybody, but of course with the celebrity in it. And I want to write taroscopes. I want to, predictions in it so that, I did that. So I was running names in my head and I'm like, all right, you can't do this, can't do this. And I came up with Ghosted, and I had called my friend Mike Castro Danger, who's my business partner, and I said, hey, and I tell him the idea, you think we could do this? Well, let me tell you something. I got home, we had an LLC, we had a website. This guy is a master. He can make anything happen. He's so friggin' talented. He's our, visual designer, everything.
Right.
He does the articles too, and he writes well too. He's amazing. But big skeptic too, and that's I love about him too, because he's such a big skeptic and everything happens to him.
That's hilarious.
But so he came up with this brilliant idea. So we have ghostedmagazine.com. So we started featuring, like, we had our first issue. When I tell you we did this, I think I called him August 12th, and we had this out by the end of October.
Yeah.
So it was pretty quick, but it's great because the website, he came up with this great idea to feature everyone. So we have people write stories, like experiences about their teams, and we're putting it all on the website. We're making it for everybody, the whole community.
Right.
Of course we want an exclusivity with the magazine, but we also wanted to include everybody in this because not everybody gets to be a part of this. And we all live in different states too. So
right.
So we're trying to reach out, like, all over, the United States too. Thank God, we have friends from all over. We're all friends everywhere. So, but I'm trying to find we're on a mission to find very obscure places, not the well-known, oversaturated places, which of course we're going to feature in their locations, teams, the celebrities. Oh, I can't. The next issue is my favorite because it's got a lot of big names in it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I actually fangirled really bad.
You fangirled, huh?
I fangirled so bad that the interview is gonna probably, it's like blah 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 blah. I couldn't even talk. I was just going over it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Because I remember they emailed me back, and I'm like, oh, I'm running around the house. I'm like, oh my God, they answered me. And
That's awesome.
And then I said the interview, and like we're talking on Zoom, and I'm like, the whole time I'm like, I don't even know what to say to you. I'm like, but this is somebody I idolize. So, what might not be everybody else's, but it's we got a lot of big names and very interesting article on I'm not going to say anything because it's wait for it to come out, but it's actually somebody I had worked with on on a possession case that was remarkable. And that's a let that
no, you're fine. We're gonna plug the We're gonna plug the hell out of
Okay,
Ghosted
okay.
Magazine.
Yeah.
We're gonna
But
help get it out.
I'm trying to bring the community back. I'm sick of the fighting.
Yeah, there's way too much of it.
I'm so sick of it. I'm trying to bring like the OG back of it, old school when we used to go and have fun with our friends. Now there's the competitiveness. Hey guys, guess what? Travel Channel's done. No shows right now. So you can stop
Yes.
trying to get on TV,
No.
trying to outdo each other and who's better than who and who's a friggin' expert. Stop. Just like
Well,
stop.
it's okay. At
Everybody
the end of
wants
the
their
day,
15 minutes of fame.
okay,
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Because
No.
there's not. There's not.
listen, my favorite is like, I don't want to be famous. I said bullshit. Bullshit. I said everybody wants to be on TV. And I'm gonna tell you, honest God truth, and this is my answer. I said, I want to be on TV. And you know why? Because it gives me more exposure that I can make more money to pay tuition for my daughter's college. Okay.
Well, at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I'm sorry. I mean, there's people that go out to have fun on the weekends. Okay. And then
Yeah.
there's everybody else that's in the paranormal.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the paranormal now is a business.
It is.
It's a
It is.
business.
And
And
can I just say something? I just want to say one more thing because I'm getting sick and tired of the people mocking the shows, and it's a specific show. Because if it wasn't for these people, we would all still be in mommy's basement, be known as the weirdos.
she's talking
Okay.
about your idol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Zach and I don't have a very good relationship.
Zach Bagans,
Yes.
God bless him. If it wasn't for him,
The paranormal would not be as big right now.
It would not be as
You're
big.
100% correct.
You wouldn't have a podcast. You'd still be in your mother's basement talking about ghosts. People would think you're a weirdo. I would still be doing what I'm doing. But you know what? Listen, I was able to come out of the closet doing this because this is another thing. When I first started doing readings, I would only do close friends, but I would do phone readings. I would never let anyone see me.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't want anyone to know I did this. Because I don't know. Do I look like a weirdo? No, don't answer that. No, I wouldn't do my weirdo stage, the goth stage, but I was also a cheerleader. It's like I don't look the part.
I
So-
know doctors, I know nurses, I know politicians, law enforcement, firefighters,
I was in politics too.
people that have prestigious jobs.
Yeah.
And their hobby on the weekend is paranormal investigating. It is not the quote unquote goth thing that you think it is.
No, not anymore. And that's
Right.
because of Zach Bagans and all the TV shows, because
Mhm.
now we don't have to be scared to be called a weirdo. So be grateful, pay homage to these people, stop mocking everybody. Everyone's mocking. What the hell are you to mock? He's theatrical and I love it.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time seeing him? That first evidence they got with that 2x4 being thrown across the room
Yeah.
on Maury, that was like fantastic, that really, I'm like, holy shit,
Well, I'll be completely honest with you. I've always been more of a Ghost Hunters fan. I've always liked Jason and Grant. When I had the opportunity to be with Jason for a little bit, I
He's
was
our cover.
huh?
He's our cover. He's our first
Yeah,
cover.
yeah. No, he was just
Wait, yeah. Can I tell you who I love? I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you who I love. And you guys should look at his stuff. Steve Shippey.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Rose.
100%.
Shippey
100%.
is flipping amazing.
Yeah, he should get more credit than he should get more credit.
Yeah.
He
Well,
does wonderful stuff.
he works with Cindy Kazar, loves him. Cindy works with him. He's been on the Travel Channel. I know right now everyone's having a hard time with Amazon Prime. They're not taking self-produced shows or whatever, something like that.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, but let me tell you, did you see Michigan Hell House?
I don't know
Would
if I
you-
did or not.
Would
I
you-
honestly don't watch any of it anymore.
Listen, I don't even I don't have time for this, because I have to read. And plus, listen, guys, I want to tell everyone, please, paranormal should not be 24/7. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends.
Yeah.
Have to step away from this.
Yeah.
step away from this because it's over empowering people and they're fighting and they're becoming obsessive. When I am done with this, I am with my family. I am boring. I'm sitting on the couch. Me and my husband are laughing at TikToks, so enjoy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because I'm seeing people take away from their families, their children, spend time together. This is not going to make you famous. It's not going to make money for you because you're competing with 5,000 other teams. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You can have your fame in your own right. Everyone deserves it. Everyone absolutely deserves it. And that's why the magazine we're doing on the website, we want everybody involved. We want to make everyone famous. You know what I'm saying?
Like me personally, like I'm more involved and concerned about my community,
Yeah.
with the paranormal and stuff. I love going out and networking with everybody, at
It's
the
fun.
conventions. It's fun.
Yeah.
And you go back and get to see them again. I mean, it's the only time of year you might see some of these people. And,
Yeah.
um,
I love that. I love that we do the conventions at Paracons. It's great. It's so much fun.
I wish a little bit more pissing match and more fun.
Yeah, more fun. I
Yes,
always have a good time wherever I go. So you know what? I'm in it to have fun. You have to put it in perspective. We're a small community. It's not as big as we think it is. There's 80% of that world out there doesn't know who we are.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
and they don't flipping care.
No. We're a small genre, and I promise
Yeah.
you're not that famous if you walk down the street.
That's
know who you are.
Yeah. Unless we're YouTubers, but I don't even know half the YouTubers. But I did get to meet Kalani Smith. Great guy. Yeah, very
Kalani's
great.
cool. Savannah's a sweetheart. Did you
Oh
get
my God, she's a doll. She's so
Savannah's
cute.
a sweetheart?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They're good people. Who else was Destination? Oh, the Ghost Brothers. They were hysterical. Freaking love them.
I haven't met them yet. I look forward to their antics and
Yeah.
fun.
Johnny Zaffis, he's a blast. The Wraith Chasers, I swear to God, I see these guys I just posted about that every year. I go dumb when I'm around them. I feel so intimidated by them because they're so cute.
You just show the muscles and you just shut
it's
down.
Chris Smith with those blue eyes. I'm like, can't stop it. And I remember like the first year we were across from each other and I kept staring at him and I'm like trying to take a picture. So he came, I remember seeing him at the VIP party. He's like, miss, with that accent. I'm like, what? Such a nice guy. They're all good people. It's fun. I love the Paracons. I like meeting the people because the people see me like do my live readings too. So it's nice. I feel like they're family to me. So to meet them in person, it's like, oh my God.
All right, April, we're gonna fire away 3 questions at you that we ask everybody on the podcast.
Okay, let's do it.
And we'll
Hey, before we do that, can I ask one thing here, Nick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Going back to the beginning of the podcast, you were talking about the Hat Man and then the person in the bomber jacket who was staring at you. Do you think that there are spirits who don't realize that you can see them? And in a situation like that where they're staring at you, they don't realize that you can see them and you're intimidated by that?
No, I when I first started seeing them, I knew they knew I could see them, and that was the excitement for them.
Oh, okay.
They were excited that I could see them, and that's why they're all coming around me because I could see them.
Gotcha.
And they knew they can. I mean, there's more to that story. This goes on.
Right.
It's crazy. It went through all the way up until I was married, up until I think 32. We talk about attachments. I did have something from that house with me the whole time, but it was weird. It was weird. How can I explain this? Physically, it would come around, but it's weird because it would come around during bad situations. So it's like what's that commercial where the things are nice and then they're sweet? Wait, they're sour and then they're sweet. That's what it would do to me.
Yeah.
Elementals do that.
Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be sour with me and then do something sweet almost, like to almost warn me. But I know it's weird, but elementals do that too. Not to be trusted, it's not to be trusted.
I think, I mean, obviously, I don't know, and we won't know until we get to that point and we're on that other side. But people like April, like they're a beacon of light, like their energy, their vibration is completely different, and they're
Yeah.
drawn to her.
Mhm.
So
I kind of
they already know that going to this said person, they have abilities to communicate in some way.
I want to
That
be tested scientifically. Like I would love because somebody asked me if they could. I absolutely wire me up because I
Right.
know science behind. And I'm going to tell you, this is back earlier, I don't know how many years ago, but the FLIR camera is that FLIR,
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
thermal
Thermal
camera.
imaging.
So when I try to connect and I could feel my energy go up, and it's like almost like I could feel it. It turns into like a cone, and it goes up as high as I can possibly get it. So while I was doing it, trying to connect at this location we're at, the guy had the thermal cam, and I said, "Can you point that at me and tell me what you see?" And they were seeing a cone that just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. The science of it.
Mhm.
It proved what I was saying. It's amazing. I love science. I love the science behind this. It's good. It's being a skeptic is very healthy too, because
So
good.
you say that before you get ready to get on to do readings or anything like that, you kind of meditate. You kind of got to tap in.
Yeah.
How do you shut it down?
Oh, it just goes off as soon as I sit up. I'm done. It's a natural thing. I had seen somebody say that they were on, like they could stay on all day. I'm like, I don't believe that. That's a lot of intention because it's really said. Who has like laser vision? One of the Marvel cap. It's like that. So when I sit down, I kind of laser focus in on somebody's energy,
Uh-huh.
and I can only hold it for so long, and then I collect what I can,
Uh-huh.
and then I start writing it down and doing what I got to do. Blah, 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 blah. But as soon I can't hold it that long, and then I'm
Yeah.
done. Da, 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 and then I walk away. I can't keep that going like the whole time. I have to intentionally set it out. Like I was telling you, my husband will ask me things. Like my husband said to me, he said, "I want you to start reading people when you're out." I said, "No, no, 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 that's not good. People don't want to be read." If
Right.
I would never do that. Plus, I would say, "You gotta make an appointment," because people will say, "Don't read me." I said, "Honey, you gotta make an appointment with me." No, like
Right.
that's a joke. But
My time is money.
yeah, no, I don't mean it that way, but I'm not gonna read people. I want to have fun too. I want to go out. I don't feel like, that was my job all friggin' day. That's my 9 to 5. But I did go out. My husband's like, all right, because so I was going to get my hair done. So I said, all right, let me tap into something. I'm like, all right, somebody just lost a brown dog. Dog passed away. So the girl's washing my hair, and then I go, hey, you have any animals? And she goes, no, I don't really like animals. I'm like, I suck. I always say that to her, I suck. So all of a sudden this guy sits down next to me and the girl's washing her hands. She's like, how you doing? He goes, oh, not good. My dog just died. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I hear
I
him go,
don't suck anymore.
I'm like, yes, his dog's dead. No. And he's showing a picture of his little brown curly haired dog. So I'm like, no, April, shut up. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. Yeah. But see, you have to set the intention so I can walk
Right.
around. You know what? A mass murderer can walk past, although I have had feelings about people. And I think anyone, it's human nature. Come on, when somebody's energy's off,
Oh
you
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. So I've had that. Like, I've had somebody walk past me and like all of a sudden my horns go up. I'm like, oh, mass murderer, mass murderer. No, like
He's gonna be on the new Killers card game that Jeff sells.
yeah. I actually those are my favorite. Like I know it sounds horrible. I'm not a history buff. I failed all 4 years in high school. I'm lucky that I graduated, but I hated history. I don't like history places. I want mob stuff. I want
Mob
murders,
stuff.
like this where the energy's really I like that high intense energy. I want to be scared, you know.
Right.
I think we
Yeah.
all want it. It's the thrill. But I know there's people that like Gettysburg. People love Gettysburg, the history and everything. And I know there's a lot of ghosts there, and it's just not my thing. And you know what, too? I hate seeing blood and guts too. Like, and that's what you see in Gettysburg. I don't like seeing that. So
Yeah, I would imagine that would be horrific
yeah.
to be.
Yeah. And it's funny too, when I do readings, the spirits love to talk about their health, like how they died, like they'll like, yeah, my heart exploded, like that. I'm like, oh, it's great. And they're like showing it to you, like that's great. Well, what's funny? I was the reading I just did yesterday. I saw the guy get hit by a crane, like it's like split in half, and I don't know how to say this. I said, "Oh my God, this guy, he was killed tragically." I said, I don't know how to explain this anymore. I said, I know, like it was really bad, like cut him in half, and that's how her brother died. And I'm like, why do you gotta show me this? I'm like,
Do you believe in reincarnation?
you know what? I do. I really did. Did you ever read Dr. What is Dr. Raymond? Only Love is Real. Is it Dr. Moody? No, wait. Yes, if you read these books, Only Love is Real or Many Lives, Many Masters, it'll freak you the hell out. But I don't do it. I know people specialize in it. But can I tell you something? Like people come to you, do you do past lives? I said, listen, I said, I believe in it. I said, but I can tell you anything I want. How are you gonna
Right. Yeah, how are you gonna fact check that?
Yeah, fact check that for real.
Did you know that you were Napoleon in your past
Yeah,
life?
exactly.
No fucking shit.
But do you ever feel like a connection to a certain year or yeah, exactly. Like I'm so drawn to like the 1800s, and I would always see this long redhead girl and in the dress, but she was like a feisty, very feisty. So it was either Ireland or Scotland. And I feel like that I have connections to that. And I feel like I was her because I always see her every so often in my head. And I'm like, who is this girl? And she's feisty and I'm feisty like that too. So I'm like, so I wonder. And I love the 1800s. I love all the movies with the 1800s. But I know I had to be a rebel then because I would never wear any of those what they had to wear underneath, like where they couldn't breathe.
Yeah, all those
And like,
corsets.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and what's funny?
Boobs are pushed up to your chin.
Yeah, I don't like anything tight on me now. Like I feel like I can't. I'm choking, and probably because back then I probably was reincarnated from that we had to do that.
Yeah.
To have
Well, that's
that.
what I was getting at is I kind of think that, the whole religion and, how you have the religion and the scientific part, like, no, we're all energy and there's dimensions and this or that. No,
Do
God
you
made
ever think
this.
that you were stabbed?
Me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So do I.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think it's all one. I
yeah.
think it's all one.
I
And I
agree.
think every time you come back, your whole life is planned out, even your death. You're like, when you're sitting there planning it and you're like, you know what, this time I want to be blown up in a plane.
Yeah.
And there's like 10 other people like, I'm going to do that too. And, because people
Yeah.
like, well, we'll explain like a mass shooting or, 9/11 or something like that. How do you explain all those people dying? I'm like, you know how many damn souls are probably running around? All right, if you think about it now, what do we have? 7 billion people
Yeah.
right now.
And not everyone cross over. Some people get stuck,
Right.
And that's a whole other show, which I can explain.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but
yeah, I can.
But that's what I'm getting at, So when they're like, April, check this out, my heart exploded, and they're all excited about it, it's showing you. It's because they're like, hey, that's how I chose to die.
Yeah. I can't imagine myself. I wanted to die that way. I swear to God. And I would have came back rich. This is bullshit. No.
Right. Right. All right. We don't want to keep April all night, Sean. Jesus.
I know it's fun. I love this.
I disagree, but we have to bring it to a close.
All right. Sorry, April, we're gonna lead into your 3 questions here.
Wait, Sean, I don't get that. What, you disagree that you don't want to hang out with me anymore? No.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
No,
what's wrong with you?
Sean?
What's wrong with you?
Disagree. I would like to keep continuing all night. Is what I'm saying. Nick, you freaking hobbit, shut up.
Oh,
Hey, wait.
Whoa, whoa.
Nick, you were
Yeah.
stabbed in a past life.
And you're going to be stabbed in this one if you don't shut
Stabbed
up.
in a past life. I saw that as soon as when you were talking. That's
I
crazy.
believe I drowned in a past life too.
Yeah.
So
I see you being stabbed.
yeah. So
I mean,
who
Maybe
knows?
maybe you were stabbed and fell
It was
into
a
the lake.
sword too. It goes right through you.
Nice.
Nice.
And
And it hits the main artery too. It's not the heart though. It's weird.
he died like a man.
He did. Fell right to his knees like he does now.
Oh,
Oh shit.
zing.
Nick, I love you.
That was beautiful.
Nailed it on that one. Oh shit. All right, here we go,
All right,
April.
let's do it.
3 questions. Here we go. First question. Now, name something that is interesting fact about you or something weird that most people don't know about you.
I didn't think. I like to floss my teeth when I drive.
All right.
Oh wait, I will tell you this is a big one. I'm afraid of the dark. I have to sleep with the lights and TV on. I will go into a state of panic and then I start hearing voices if it's dark.
I
And
sleep with multiple fans so I don't hear noise or so there's no silence.
I see and hear better when it's dark. But I will go into a panic because it's like a millions of voices. That's what I hear. So I can't have, yeah. So my husband, when I first met him, I said, listen, before you fall in love with me, you have to know that I'm afraid of the dark and we must sleep with the TV.
I'm sure he was like, okay, whatever.
It's half true. He was already in love with me. So no.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Now, everybody has their quirks.
I do like to floss my teeth while I drive though. No.
That is a first on the Old World Paranormal podcast. Mark that down, Sean. All right. So, next question. Everybody's kind of funky on or quirky about investigations, and everybody has certain snacks and drinks or energy drinks. What is your go-to?
Oh, Slim Jims.
Slim Jims.
Slim Jims, water, and popcorn.
Somebody else said Slim Jims recently too.
They
Freaking
did.
love-
Who was that? I don't
I
know.
don't remember.
Somebody did
Michelle.
say Slim Jims recently.
Yeah.
Last couple weeks.
I know that's Jen from Bump in the Night Society. That's her go-to also.
Yeah, it's good. It's easy snack and it's satisfying.
It's got protein. There you go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
protein. That's how I'm going for the protein, but I do love popcorn.
You know. That's
Watch-
why she flosses so much when she drives.
I do.
There you go.
Popcorn.
I hate dirty teeth. I have to floss constantly. I drive everyone crazy. There's floss all over my car. There's a bag in
It's just flagrant.
I do. This. I'm disgusting.
Cars on the New Jersey
Somebody-
Turnpike.
Somebody gets into her back seat to sit down. They get out and they got fucking floss just stuck everywhere.
Yeah.
I love it. Floss sticking out their ass.
All right. All right, April. Question number 3. Now, we know that you really don't need any of these things for investigating, but we asked this for everybody that comes on the podcast anyway. So, one night, one investigation, you're only allowed 3 pieces of equipment. What are you taking?
I'm definitely a recorder because what do I have? Oh god, I forgot what I have. But I love EVPs. Freaking love EVPs.
Me too.
What else? I don't like the stick figure thing. I do like
SLS.
SLS. I do like the thermal cam. And I don't know what else I would like. I guess you could throw a REM pod in. I mean,
Right.
my friend Danger has a REM pod that does not go off for anything. I forgot he has a special one. Like you
Right.
can even touch it and it won't go off. And I took them on a case with me, and it was crazy, and it kept going off. I gotta tell you about that case one day. I have some crazy ass cases that I've worked on.
I love it.
Bizarre.
I love it. All right.
Have me back. You know, if you have, do you ever do live?
Live shows we used to.
If you ever do live, have me on. I'll do readings for everyone. I'll do readings for your audience.
Okay.
I love it. People
Well,
all over the world. Bam, bam, bam.
think about that. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Definitely do that.
Yeah.
All right, April, take a couple minutes, plug away everything you got your little hands into.
All right, guys. So, well, you know, please follow me on intuitiveapril.com. That's my website, my personal website for my readings. And please subscribe to ghostedmagazine.com. Check out our website. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if we're on TikTok yet. You guys on TikTok?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on TikTok.
I gotta follow you on TikTok.
It's Old World Paranormal Society on
I
TikTok.
think I just follow you.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, my daughter runs most of that one.
okay.
You'll see me on everywhere every once in a while. but-
We gotta see that gorgeous face. Come on. But yeah, that's it. You know, yeah, check me out. You know, my personal website, intuitiveapril.com. Check out the reviews, see what I've done, see what events I'll be at. I know I'll be in Gettysburg, December 8th to 10th, for Spirit Squad with Sam Baltrusis.
Oh, yes.
And also, you know, and I'll be demonstrating, because I always demonstrate how to do. I do gallery readings. I also travel all over, and I do shows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. I love that. So much fun. And
How far would you travel?
I'm trying to work on that right now with my agent. I would really like to go all over the country, you know.
Okay.
But
I'll keep that in mind.
yeah,
Maybe you come to the Midwest. Maybe we can coach.
absolutely. You know, I got my friends out Midwest, and now you're my new friends there.
So, all right. Well, I'll put that on the back burner.
Wait, so wait, you're in Indiana. Wait, where is the Velisca house? That's Iowa, right?
Iowa.
All right, now I told you I failed history, and geography and all this. So how far is Iowa from Indiana?
That's about another 10 hours to the west.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm totally off. So oh, but you know what? Listen, when I do readings, I can see, like, they'll show me the map and I'll see the names, and I can tell like where they're going, and I'll say, listen, there's 2 states below, you know, whatever, Indiana, that you're going to, you know. It turns out they're moving there, but it's it's funny. I'm like, I failed history.
That would be Tennessee.
Oh, is it? All right, thank you. I know California, New Jersey, New York, and Florida. Yeah.
That's all right. You forget about us in the Midwest. I
Yeah,
get it.
no, I want to come to the Midwest. But you know what? Is it so that, you know, here in Jersey, everything's like 24/7. Like I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm having cappuccino 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to go, you know.
Hey, you get to the Midwest, I'll stay up 24 hours. I don't care.
Yeah. We'll investigate 24 hours.
Lots of energy drinks.
And Slim Jims.
And Slim
And
Jims.
oh man, I love Slim Jims.
And make sure that we bring a couple cases of floss just to keep her happy.
Yes.
What? A floss? Oh, yeah.
Floss.
I come with my own floss, so don't worry about that. Gotta get that Slim Jim out of my teeth.
Well, we appreciate it, April. Definitely
Hey,
taking time
guys.
out of your busy schedule, come and hang out with us for a little bit. And
Thank you so much for having me. I really had a great time. You guys are fantastic, and I see you have a great big fan base. People love you.
we appreciate that.
They love me.
Yeah, they love
I-
Sean for some reason. I don't know.
You're the sex
But-
pot of the show.
Woo! I'll take that.
Well, if we don't see you before then, we'll definitely see you at the Gettysburg Bash.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I can't wait.
We'll look forward to seeing or going back there again next year. And
Oh, yeah.
it'll
It's
be
a
fun.
great time. Oh, Sean, you must love it because you love the history, right?
I love Gettysburg. The experiences
drag
we
him out
had
of
there
there.
last time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have never come back.
Well, did you book your hotel already? Because the hotel's haunted.
We know because we will be staying probably about a week down there.
Oh, okay, great.
So
Get
I'll
it-
probably
get an
book
Airbnb.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
But that's
You know,
why
yeah.
I didn't book at the hotel where the
You know,
convention-
Airbnb or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get an Airbnb. They're fun.
hopefully a haunted one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know, it's Gettysburg. Everything's friggin' haunted there.
The gas stations are on it for crying out loud.
Yeah, you know, hey, it's in the land. It's saturated. It is
Yeah.
saturated. So you go to
I was
places
blown
like
away by it, by Gettysburg. It was a life altering thing that we went through there. We weren't expecting. So,
yeah.
um,
I know I hear this from so many people. I know the same thing of Farnsworth House. That's where I'll be staying. And
okay.
yeah, and I experienced it there. It was crazy.
Yeah. All right, April.
All
Well,
right,
you have a
guys, have a
wonderful evening.
great night.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, guys,
Everybody,
everybody, your audience for watching.
Ghosted Magazine, ghostedmagazine.com. Check it out. Subscribe.
We
I
still have
think
magazines left over. We do. We made a lot because there was so many people that pre-ordered, and it's great. And wait for the next issue. It's going to be fabulous. It's coming out in January.
awesome. Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Look forward to it. April, we'll see you around. Thank you so much. You're
Thank you.
amazing. Keep kicking ass. So,
You too, guys.
all right. We'll catch you guys later on next week. Next week, actually, we have another one coming up in 2 days. I apologize. Chasing Paranormal. We'll be interviewing them. Probably, no, Wednesday. So look forward to that coming up. Again, thank you guys. We'll catch you later.
Later.